everybody. It says that my clock says it's 4:30, and that means it's time for Be Encouraged.
Check this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Be Encouraged program at 4:30 edition. And I want to bring in first, this is how this is going to work today. I'm going to bring in my good buddy, Billy Reilly. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Living the dream today, baby.
Hey, man, don't forget, everyone out there, it's 7 o'clock tonight. We have CJ Fins and, CJ Sellers, Chris Sellers, known as CJ Fins. On internet and stuff like that. And also Dempsey Hamilton of Mobius Records will be on tonight. And Billy Reilly, myself, and Lisa. So, yeah. So you wanted to come on because we have a guest today that you can introduce for us. Tura is going to be on with us because he and the guest are good buddies. And so we're going to have a little show with them. But you wanted to come on to start the whole thing off. What's up?
So, Pat Malone, when I first got in the industry, this guy was already a monster legend. He has been ground zero at some of the best places in Washington, D.C., specifically Danker's Sports Bar, who Richard Danker has gone on to start the Glory Days franchise nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's been at the Hawk and Dove with the world famous baseball Bill, and that entire process. And many people don't know, which he's going to talk about today, is that he was instrumental in bringing baseball back to Washington, D.C. It was his group that almost, took the whole deal. And, he was the focal point, the newsworthy guy. And that's where I first kind of got really in the loop with him, because he did a lot of his functions at Champions of Georgetown through Michael O'Hara. So he and I go back to 1988.
Well, let's bring him on.
Let's do it.
Pat, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Pat Malone, how are you, my friend?
Great, Lee. Hey, Billy, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. It's always good to see you, bro.
He's right there on location at the Alexandria location. Look at that hamburger, Billy.
I know.
I got this is an Impossible Burger. Glory Days serves delicious food, but this is an Impossible Burger, which I'm going to get ready to dive into pretty soon here. I just want to share with you.
Hey, who's on the bar today? Dunnigan?
Hey, Pat's at the bar, so you want me to scare him up for you?
Nah, just say hello for us. Tell Pat Dunnigan.
I will.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and I like Will a lot too. Bar manager.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good people. Your son's still doing some time there too, isn't he?
What's that?
Your son?
Your son?
Yeah, Brian's still with Glory Days, so so everything's going good.
Awesome. That's great.
Thanks for asking about it.
Of course. Well, I wanted to get on. I'm going to let Tura and Lee handle the show today. I just wanted to get on, Pat, and let you know that it's been a great pleasure these 32 years. I've appreciated your friendship. I've appreciated the knowledge that you bring to the table, your loyalty to the craft. And I wanted to make sure that I gave you your props, with my new job with Lee, to make sure you knew that you're appreciated out there, and that it's amazing the things that you've accomplished.
Hey, well, Billy, I wanted to tell you something. I think we go back even further, back maybe 35, 36 years, but it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what. It's like it was yesterday. We're all having a great time and we're enjoying life. And you've been a big contributor to Lee's show. So I wanted to thank you for introducing me.
You got it, bro. And listen, you guys kill it today. I know Lee's about to bring Tour in, and rock on. Pat Malone on the Be Encouraged show on More Joy Radio. Rock on.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Billy. I'll toast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
There he was. Tora. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Lee.
Tora was excited, Pat, to come on the show because he had some questions he wanted to ask. And so normally Tora's not on the show, but I love him. He does good work for me, and the schedule's great guests like yourself. And so I'm excited to have Tora as part of the show today. I do have to make sure that this is a 30-minute show, not going off. I do go off the rails quite a bit, but my daughter needs a ride to the mall. So we're going to try and get this over by 5. But in the meantime, Pat, I want to say thank you. Tell us what do people need to know about Pat Malone? Tell me that first.
Well, I was born at Georgetown University Hospital. My dad was a former PGA golf pro, and just passed away last year at the age of 90. And God bless him. But
God bless him. It's a long life.
It's a long life. I'm a second-generation Washingtonian, and primarily I've lived most of my life in Northern Virginia, either in Annandale, in Fairfax County, or in the Alexandria part of Fairfax County, or in the city of Alexandria.
Cool. I love Alexandria. It's a great place to visit. Too much traffic for me right now. It's pretty good though, so I should come in there more. But right now, also with the COVID, it's hard to. The places that I want to go visit, like the 820? What's the restaurant that's right there on that's near Old Town? The 850 or the 8?
Oh, you're talking about Southside 815?
Yes,
yeah.
That's it. 815, right?
Right.
I love that restaurant. That's one of my favorite places. My favorite haunts. My
I
wife
will say this. I'll say this, that really, Lee, that, when you're in this area, there's so many different restaurants to go to.
Right. Sure.
Anywhere from the city of Fairfax, you can be anywhere in Fairfax County. That's the benefit, I think, that we all have, is that there's so many great restaurants that people can jump into, go to. Now, with things the way they are, a lot of restaurants are doing to-go and delivery. So please, I'm going to ask everybody to think about your restaurant community, because it's very strong in our area, and we need to keep it strong until we get to the other side.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I've mentioned on this show many times, and of course we have a show tonight at 7, which is a food, beverage, and events show, which is basically all about the news of the food and beverage industry in the area. And what do you got there? That's the Glory Days.
This is the Glory Days menu. So just to accentuate it, but I know that, listen, primarily getting back to me, I just got involved, as Billy was saying. I got involved. I was in the Air Force, but I met Richard Danker, and he and I became like brothers, and we became fast friends. And what happened was, one night I was at Danker's restaurant right near the Warner Theater, and Richard asked me, he says, hey, have you ever tended bar before? And I said, no. A bartender didn't show up. And so, and it was a Friday night, and the place was packed.
You were thrown in the fire.
And I got thrown right in the fire. And I've been a bartender since then, ever since. And so, as Billy was saying, I've actually slung a lot of drinks, either in the district or somewhere in Northern Virginia.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't have the memory for drinks, I don't have the memory for a lot of different things, but I always wanted to be a bartender, and I think it was so I could pick up chicks. But what are you going to do?
Let me say this, Lee. First of all, to be a bartender, you really got to you've got to sell yourself.
Yes. I'm good at that.
I think a lot of people, when you look at the TV show Cheers, that's the kind of mentality that a lot of bartenders should have.
Sure. And
for me, that's what I always did. Anytime somebody sat at the bar, hey, my name is Pat, what's your name? Or it was an introduction.
Absolutely.
Where are you from? And then you develop a conversation, and so if somebody's from Cincinnati, you talk about the Bengals, or maybe, you talk about the Bearcats. Or if somebody from Portland, you talk about the Trailblazers or whatever. And you have that commonality with people.
And your mind is full of useless information like I have, and you can talk about anything. I can talk about anything with anybody. I've got a counter story to anybody's story, and I try my best not to pull them out, though. I try to keep my mouth shut, listen, hear the counter stories, and then I adopt them, because then later on somebody mentions something, I go, I was just talking to a guy, and he said, bam, and I can throw those stories back out. And I'm sure, I'm going to be talking about Pat Malone. I know a guy who started the Aces here in the area, and it used to be the Yankees Y upside down. Anyway, these are the kind of things when you're communicating with people that I tend to do. I also talk about this wonderful guy who schedules schedules guests for me, who is just a supreme superstar kind of guy, very unique, very awesome. And I like to bring him up too.
And one thing you don't know,
great.
One thing you don't know about Pat is he's personal friends with my mom, and he's known my mom for a couple years, so they're very close.
Nice.
So Pat, wanted to ask you a couple things. One, about your first of all, how is COVID-19 affecting the daily foundation at Glory Days, and also I wanted to ask you more about your Stand Up to Cancer fundraiser and how that's going, and also about the Alexandria Aces.
One at a time, Tora. All right, so why don't we start with COVID?
Let me say this. First of all, I'm at Glory Days right now.
Yeah.
And essentially, although I'm in a closed room and I'm by myself, when I'm walking through the restaurant or anywhere around the restaurant, I'm going to be wearing a mask.
Yes.
And it's just part of the responsibility that we all have to have.
Sure.
And so, since I'm in the banquet room by myself, I have my mask off. But I will say this, Tora, since you're asking about Glory Days, Glory Days is there's Glory Days. If anybody goes to glorydaysgrill.com, they can find their closest Glory Days.
Right.
And I will say that Glory Days is there you can get food to go and delivery. Mm-hmm. And Glory Days is always going to serve delicious, fresh, comfort food. So please, if you haven't tried Glory Days in a while, go to glorydaysgrill.com and check out the menu and order something to go. And you can also dine in. But I think, if you want to order something to go or delivery, you have that option.
Now, Pat, it's half price burger day, right?
Well, that's right. Yeah, actually, getting back to it's funny that you mentioned that, Lee, because I have an Impossible Burger, but today is Burger Monday, and burgers are $6.99, and they are absolutely delicious. And I like the Impossible Burger myself, but all the burgers are delicious.
Good deal. Yeah.
Let me say this. Let me interrupt myself. All the food here at Glory Days is delicious.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. And Pat, you should tell Lee about the one owner of the one Glory Days who's Afghan.
Oh, yeah, because Tour's an Afghan. So you have an Afghan owner of Glory Days?
Oh,
whoa. Somehow we lost him and he jumped off. So why don't you tell me about the Afghan owner, Tora?
Yeah, so Wali Gauss is the owner of the, I believe it's the Burke Glory Days. So not Burke, sorry. It's the one it's one of the ones in Fairfax County. I totally forgot which one it was, but he's the owner of the one Glory Days franchise there, and he's been great. Like I've been there before myself, and I can tell you that it's been great to adapt, and here and there, it's great to be there. But yeah, is he connected?
I'm back again.
Yeah, their Wi-Fi had a glitch. That happens.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And let me say this. It's my Wi-Fi off of my hotspot that I use. It's a T-Mobile phone. And anyway, so I should have actually logged on to the Glory Days Wi-Fi, but I did not. So I apologize.
Hey, no problem. Tour and I were talking about where does this man which Glory Days
I'm sorry.
is he the manager of?
Yeah. Wally Gaze, he's over at the Barcroft Plaza Glory Days. Great friend of mine. Great guy. And if you're in the Falls Church, Annandale area, drop by and see Wally over at Barcroft Plaza.
Cool. No, that I've been actually in that Glory Days before myself. We have the kids from Falls Church High School used to meet up at the Glory Days, and I was actually invited a few times. We've also met at Pan Am, although I don't know why Falls Church kids would go to the Pan Am store, but
they actually years ago they used to go to the Pan Am store. I'm going to sound like
because there wasn't a Barcroft store.
Right, but I guess
Right.
technically Barcroft must be closer. I don't know. It's
Well, how long has Barcroft been open?
let's see, probably 3 years now. It'll be 3 years.
That makes total sense.
3 years in December.
Yeah, I was at Falls Church about 5-6 years ago, so it makes sense that we met up at Pan Am. That's why. Okay, that makes sense then.
Well, for anybody who is matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Wes Johnson, from he's the PA for the Washington Capitals. He went to Falls Church.
Oh, I know Wes.
I'm going to say
His
go
son went to
Jaguars.
Falls Church. Yeah, I know Wes from Falls Church. He and I used to battle when we had homecoming week, and he would make announcements for the theater department, and I would make announcements for ladies and gentlemen, and we used to have kind of competition to who could be the greatest announcer there ever was. And it was great fun. Wes is a good man. He's a very good announcer for the Caps.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love him.
And by the way, Lee, we know so many of the same people, so it's great.
Yeah. It's very cool. Tor, what else did you ask Mr. Pat Malone?
So I wanted to know about his Stand Up to Cancer fundraiser.
Oh, yeah. Talk to me about that, Pat. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually back in 2013, I was at Virginia Beach, and I felt a pain in my chest, and it was pretty bad. And so I ended up going to Fort Belvoir Community Hospital, and I was there for a number of hours. And then they said, we're going to have to send you over to Walter Reed. I go over to Walter Reed the next day, and had an ultrasound needle biopsy. And this is in January of 2014.
Sure.
And then a week later, I got a phone call from a Dr. Walter Falis from Walter Reed. He said, Mr. Malone, you have cancer. And then I was operated on February 11th of 2014. It was a 7-hour operation. I had the tumor removed. I'm cancer-free. And I still go to Walter Reed. I still have my checkups. I still get MRIs, and I get CAT scans. And, hey, listen, I can't thank enough the people at Walter Reed, and also Dr. Lester Greer over at the Fort Belvoir Community Hospital. He's the chief radiation oncologist over there, and I had to get radiation bouts at Fort Belvoir. So a combination of both has really, really helped save my life. And right now I see Dr. Brett Thieler over at Walter Reed, and I check in with him, and then Ellen Levy is my physical therapist over there. And so it's a great combination of the people that I work with. And so when I wanted to look back at all those people and everything they did, I wanted to pay it forward. And so I thought to myself, well, what can I do to pay it forward in a way that is meaningful? So I reached out to Stand Up to Cancer, which is part of the Entertainment Industry Foundation out in Southern California. They're in LA. And what I did was I said, hey, I want to do an event. And they said, okay, what kind of event would you like to do? And I said, I don't know, Stand Up to Cancer. I said, I'm going to stand up for 24 hours. So in 2015, February 10th is when I started. I started at 4:26 in the afternoon, and then on February 10th, and then I ended it at 4:26 on February 11th, and that was the 1-year anniversary. And this past year, I just did the 6th anniversary, and so actually, I stand up for 24 hours in an effort to raise money for Stand Up to Cancer. And it's been, for me personally, it's been something that I've thoroughly enjoyed doing. And, standing up for 24 hours isn't easy by no means. And I don't say that for like, wow, what a guy. But the money that's raised and the community awareness is really what I do it for.
You walk around a little bit. I mean, I couldn't.
Oh yeah. I walk
still.
around, and
I could never stand still for 24 hours.
No. I'm not standing
around,
still.
Yeah.
Right. And by the way, this is I do it at fireworks in Arlington, and so my cousin Kevin owns Fireworks. His son Evan is a general manager at Fireworks, and so it's really become a family gig. Where my family comes out, and John Wood from the 29 Diner. I tell you what, Johnny came out and helped raise money. So this past year, it was just this past fundraiser that I had, my 6th annual, was fantastic.
Right.
And it was great community support. A lot of people come out, and different people come by at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to drop by
to
see how I'm doing. So it worked out great.
That's awesome. Let me beat Tura to the punch here and ask you. Listen, at fireworks, do they have karaoke?
Oh,
No.
No. Okay.
I wasn't gonna ask that.
Sorry, Tura, they don't have it.
I wasn't gonna ask that. I was gonna ask him about the Alexandria Aces. Tell us about Alexandria Aces and how you got involved with that.
I got involved. He started it. He created it. Go ahead, Pat. Talk to us about the Alexandria Aces, man. Uh-oh, he froze up. His Wi-Fi froze up again.
Are you looking at the comments?
No, I have not looked at the comments.
Mostly Billy Reilly.
It looks like, you know what this looks like? If you weren't on the air with me right now, this would be, all the Billy Reileys would be Tura Arsalas.
Well, I apologize. This is a lesson learned because the next time I'm going to sign up for, actually, Glory Days has a great Wi-Fi system.
There you go.
I'm using
the best way to do it.
My T-Mobile hotspot. So that's part of the issue.
Well, the best way to do it, obviously, is to hook up with the Ethernet.
Right.
So that's harder, easier said than done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I could do that from this room. I'm actually in the banquet room, and next time I'll just hook up on the Ethernet. I'll do that next time.
Yeah, no problem, and that'll be great if you can just plug it in. That'd be great.
So let me, before I know we got about 8 or 9 minutes. Let me tell you this.
Tell me about Alexandria Aces, buddy, or whatever you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Well, the Aces, first of all, many years ago, many years ago, 2004, I was with a good friend of mine, Marilyn Stark, and we were out in the Shenandoah Valley, and we dropped by Rebel Park, which is where the Newmarket Rebels play for the Valley Baseball League. Okay. And it was a beautiful sunny day, and a guy named Lee Zuspan was there, and Jay Zuspan, and Jay introduced us to the ballpark and showed us around for a couple of minutes, and he said, "Hey, here's a couple of free tickets to the game," which was that night. And we went to the game. That was the Newmarket Rebels. I can't remember who they were playing, but let me say this. The ballpark is beautiful. It faces the mountains, and so you're looking at just a beautiful landscape that's out in outfield. And when the moon comes up, it's just one of the best places to watch a baseball game. So that's where I first got my bug for collegiate summer league baseball.
Right.
And I was involved with every time I'd show up for a game, I would do whatever I could to help support the Rebels. And then a couple years later, I had a team in the Valley League, and then afterwards, after I left the Valley League, one day I was thinking, I was at Sports Fan Magazine with Jimmy Patterson in Bethesda, and I was going home, and I thought, man, it would be great to bring collegiate summer baseball to Alexandria. And I took a yellow notepad out, and I just wrote Alexandria, paused for about a split second, and I wrote Alexandria Aces. And then I wrote down about 5 pages of notes as I was heading home. I was going home on the Metro. And by the time I got to the King Street Old Town Metro station, in my mind, I said, man, we're going to bring collegiate summer baseball to the city of Alexandria. So that day that I thought of it was June 16, 2006. Don Dinan became my business partner, and he pretty much was the financier. And Don lives up on Capitol Hill. And we started Capital Baseball, Inc., which is the parent company of the Aces. Aces are a nonprofit, by the way. And we started, our inaugural season was in 2008. And so this would have been our 13th season this year. But next year is going to be our 14th season. And we're looking for, I'll tell you what, collegiate summer baseball is just great entertainment because you're absolutely seeing some guys who in a couple of years might potentially be on a major league roster. And I'll name one of them right now. If you look on the Kansas City Royals roster, there's a pitcher named Kyle Zimmer. And Kyle played for the Aces back in 2010. So it shows.
I'm about to say he's been around a while.
Yeah.
I used to have. I think Kyle on one of my fantasy baseball teams.
Okay.
Did I?
Well, hey, get him now because he's really hot.
I think it was like last year, or the year before, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
That's cool, man. That totally sounds familiar to me.
And let me say this about the Aces, Lee. The Aces are first of all, it's fun, affordable family entertainment. Sure. And we're in the Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League. And nice. So in our league, we've got, if you go to Cal Ripken, it's calripkenleague.org, and you can check out our league. And I mentioned the Valley Baseball League as well. Those are two of the really great collegiate summer baseball leagues, wooden bat baseball leagues that we have here in the area that people can go and check out. And, Aces games, it's $5 to get in. And so it's very affordable. Kids are $3, and then I think 12 and under is free. We have concessions, and then we have a script. There's a press box, and so everything's really it's all synchronized. It all works out really great.
Well, I want to come out and do
more
lineups sometime for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next summer we may have to come out and throw the first pitch. You give us some good plugs for.
I will.
For the Aces
we will.
On More Joy Radio. We'll do that.
Absolutely. I'd love to come out and put on my big announcer voice and introduce the lineups for you guys. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So, Lee, I have a burning question for Pat.
Burn.
So, Pat, I know you have been following what's going on with the Washington football team. Do you think the name will be the Red Wolves?
I couldn't hear Tora. Tora, you're coming in kind of quiet.
I know you've been following the Washington football team. What do you think the name change is going to be?
I don't have a clue. Really, I don't know. I'm like you. I've been watching it with interest. I would guess and say that that could be Washington Warriors was a name. Red Hawks is another name. I think the change is a marked improvement. But I think when I mean change, effectual change. Ron Rivera. You got Julie Donaldson. There's so many different things that are happening with the Washington football team now that makes it so it's an interesting concept to see what they change their name into. But the biggest thing they have to do is start winning on the field, because there's been for the past, at least 5 years or more, first of all, attendance is one of the lowest in the NFL. And then for all the NFC East teams, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants, there's more of their fans in the stands than there were Redskins fans. So, I don't know what the new name is going to be. I'm not too sure. I don't know.
It should be the Warriors, but anyway, I don't know. I know whatever name they wanted it to be, which I think was the Warriors, there was a copyright issue, and they're trying to buy the copyright. And so whatever one that Dan wants, I think, has a copyright issue, and he's trying to buy that copyright from whoever has it so that he can make all his stuff out of it.
Yeah, it's a guy here in Alexandria, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And also, Pat, you're welcome to have Afghan food with me one day again.
What was that again, Tora?
You're welcome to have Afghan food with me again one day.
Lee,
Afghan food. He said you're welcome to have Afghan food with him sometime again.
Oh, okay, absolutely. That sounds good. I'll tell you what,
Tora, falafel.
We'll do that sometime soon. Maybe we'll meet anywhere.
That's right. Pat, you got anything else you want to promote or talk about? Because you're welcome to do that. We are getting ready to wrap up, though. Anything you can think of?
Lee, tell them about tonight, the trivia show.
He already knows about that. Well, we also have a trivia show on tonight, Pat, at 8:30. There's the burgers. He's about to chow down, y'all. It's starting to get a little cool, probably.
Well, I want to say this. I'm going to be here for a little while. If anybody in the area wants to drop by Glory Days in Alexandria, please come on by, get a burger. It's Burger Monday. The food is delicious. Come on by and see us.
Absolutely, guys. That's the offer is out there for you. Stop by. It's $6.99 burgers, and whatever you want on them, good stuff. And there's the brand new menu from Glory Days Grill with the baseball. You're all excited about baseball there. And there's lots of stuff to talk about. And you will be seeing Pat Malone more often, because at some point we're going to do a sports call-in show like Pat used to do. And here on More Joy Radio, More Joy Media Presents, and we've got to come up with a name and all that stuff. But I've already hooked him, I think, into doing something like that with us.
Lee, before we jump, I did sports talk up in Iceland with two good friends, Jerry Knack and Patrick Raymond, and so I've had experience doing sports talk with them, and I'm looking forward to do something with you.
Yes, sir.
Same concept.
Thank you, Pat Malone, for being on with us, buddy. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
Take care,
you guys.
All right,
Yeah.
Tura. Thank you, buddy, for scheduling Pat on the show.
No worries.
And,
I'll see you this evening for trivia.
Hey, I set you up with your own email address. Did you see?
I did see that. That's
All right.
cool.
So you need to go in there and you need to log in, change your password, but then get it all set up, and you can use that email to contact and communicate with people for the show. How's that sound?
And you also want to make a clarification. Trivia is at 9 p.m., not 8:30. Your other show starts at 7 and goes till 8. We usually start at 9.
My show goes from 7 to 8, and we usually have been starting at 8:30, but I guess it could be 9. I don't know. I think I'd like it to start at 8:30 just so I can go to bed.
Right. All right. Have a great day.
It's a long day for me, here at More Joy.
All right. I'll see you tonight.
All right.
Have a great day.
All right, brother. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're done. I'm on my way. I want to say thank you real quick before we go. Clark Crawford, Billy Reilly, Tur Arsala, Susan Woodward. God, I love that girl. Mike Hertz, Meg Sellard. I love her too. And Pam Green Rosamondo. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate you and love you too. I love all the ladies in the world. I would love all the ladies in the world. I wish all the ladies. Anyway, hey, Clark Crawford says hi to Boom Boom and Tora. Hi there, Clark Crawford. I am getting ready to go take my daughter to the mall. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, 7 o'clock, Chris Sellers of CJ Lynn's. And also, we're going to have our good friend, our new good friend, Dempsey Hamilton, will also be on with us. So we will talk to you guys all later. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the program. Don't forget ever to like and share. And we'll see you tonight because Trivia Extravaganza comes on at 8:30, maybe 9. We'll see. I'll talk to my partners, and we'll see how we start that tonight. Maybe 8:30. We'll probably start at 8:30 and maybe not kick off the actual trivia show or whatever we're doing. We may not be doing trivia tonight. So I think we're going to start at 8:30. So tune in then. And Mike Hertz, thanks a lot for tuning in and leaving a comment. I appreciate that. Same with you, Meg. Take care, everybody. And we are going to tip out the door. Thanks.